with the completed assembly view, we need to now make an exploded view, and I'm going to use the image here that was in the original PDF as an example for how that we're going to do it. We're not going to necessarily bring all the pieces off, all the corner blocks and all the pins and screws in those blocks are the same. So if we can get one of them off so that we can add the details, that would be great. So in Inventor, I'm going to open a new IPN file, a presentation file. I'm going to click Create View and then select my final assembly. Again, we're doing manual explosions rather than automatic, and we will tweak the components individually on this drawing. So now this is on here, I'm going ahead and click on Tweak Components, and what I'm going to do is focus on maybe this corner block here along with the pins and screws that are in that corner block. So I'm clicking first click to set direction, which for us we're going to bring it up is going to be the Z direction. Now I'm going to select the components. Instead of doing just one at a time, I'm going to bring up the corner block along with the 4 pieces that are inside the holes. And let's try a distance of, let's say, 3 inches on this, and hit the check mark, and it's going to bring each of those up in 3 inches. I'm happy with that. I can clear that out and start the process again. Now I want to bring the actual pins and the screws out. Again, I'll try 3 inches as the distance. My check mark looks pretty good, right? We want to make sure that nothing is overlapping. I know these two are overlapping, which is okay. I could bring this one a little farther if I wanted to. This is looking pretty good. This piece is not overlapping any other pieces on here. So I'm going to hit clear. Now I'm going to work on bringing out the arm, the knob, and some of the other pins and pieces over here. So again, first click is going to set my direction. Second click is going to set which components I'm going to use. So I'm going to do several at one time. Going to move in the Z direction, and the distance for that is going to be, let's try 3.5. Okay, looks pretty good. Clear that out. I'm going to move these two. In the Z direction, I'm going to set the distance to, let's try 2. And then I'll move this last 2 out. Looks good. And then the last is this little piece on the inside here. Set a distance to 1.5. Looks good. Last thing would be the 2 slide blocks. So first click to set direction, second click to select the component. Now I want to move in the X direction. In this case, it's going to be a negative number to move out. So I'll do negative 2.5. And then this one, this is going to be in the X direction. This will be positive. Select the component, set my distance. Alright, so that's my exploded view. I'm going to save that, and then to finalize this project we're going to put together a drawing file. So I'll start a new drawing file. Make sure that you're using IED title block. And we're going to enter the information here. First sheet will be the assembled toy. Put your name. Scale for this is probably going to be somewhere around 3/4 or a half, so you may have to go back and check that. This will be sheet number 1 of 2 sheets. We're going to need to do 2 sheets, and then today is the 10th. So make sure that we put this information on our title block. It's all populated here, which is great. I'm going to click on Base to add the assembly view to the drawing. So I'm filing the final assembly. Again, the scale is going to need to be reduced, so let's try 3/4 first. And I'll do ISO top right. This will be basically my home view in the assembly drawing. This looks pretty good. I'm going to justify this to the top and to the left. Left click to place it, and then right click to hit OK, since I'm just placing this view. So that's the top, front, and right of my object. I'll do the process again to get the back, the bottom, and the left. Sometimes when you click on this, it's only giving you like just the assembly file. I need to make sure that the file types include like all Inventor files if I'm looking for something other than the assembly. So in this case, I'm looking for the final assembly again. I'm not going to be able to get the back, bottom, left by any of the orientations that are currently here, so I'm going to select Change View Orientation. My home button is what my current view is, which gives me the top, the front, and the right, and I want the back, bottom, left. So if I click on this back corner of my cube, and then the bottom, I get back, bottom, left, which is what I want. Finish Custom View, and then I'll bring this on the sheet as well. Left click to place it, right click to hit OK. So that's it for the first sheet. I'll create a second sheet. This will be for the exploded toy. Fill in the same information. In this case, I think the scale is going to be 1/2. This is going to be sheet 2 of 2, and then again today's date. Click base to place my exploded view. I want the ISO top right, which is my home view. Scale in this case is probably going to be at like 1/2. Seems to fit pretty well. Justify this to the left side so that I have room for my parts list and my balloons. Left click to place it, right click to hit OK. I go to the Annotate tab to get my parts list and balloons. I'll start with the parts list. Parts list is going to be based on my exploded view, so I want to select that. And I like to snap it to the title block. You can actually feel it snap on the mouse to the title block and justify it to the right hand side. Now it's overlapping, but we can clean this up so that's no longer doing that. Let's get rid of the description because the description is blank, and maybe add material here just like we have on the original PDF file. So if I double click this, I'm going to go into the first option, which is column chooser. I'm going to remove the description, go down into the M's, and add material. A couple other things that we can do. If we want to change the size of, let's say, how wide the column is for item, we can do that in here just like we would in Excel. If I right click on this, I can do column width. Let's do like maybe 1/2 inch for this first one, 1/2 inch for the second one, 2.5, and maybe 1.5. Hit apply and OK. Get nice, clean, organized here. I have the item quantity, part number, and the material. Last step then is to add the balloons. I want to identify each of the 11 unique parts on here. We don't necessarily need to show all of the pieces with a balloon, right? Because there are 8 of these base pins. We don't need to have a balloon on all 8 of them. If I just identify one, that would be sufficient for this drawing. Okay, same with these. There's 8 of these, but I only need to identify one with the balloon. So I want to add all 11 balloons on this. I'll save this drawing file, but before I submit it, I want to create a PDF out of it. So I'll save this, final assembly, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to create a PDF. So I go to File, Save As, Save Copy As. I'm going to change the file extension to PDF. I want to make sure that I go into Options and include all sheets. Otherwise, it'll just make a PDF of the current sheet that you're on. Hit OK, and then save the PDF. Once this pops up, I would encourage you to look at it. Make sure that both sheets are in the same file, which is what we want. And then you can upload this on the LMS under 8.1b, which is where we'll turn this in. And you'll get feedback on the drawings based on the rubric here.